Okay. All right. Good morning, everybody. Well, where I'm at is morning right now. As you all know, I'm the love goddess. I appreciate you all for tuning in. I told you I would be back to teach you all another class, and this time we're going to be focusing on prayer and meditation herbs, protection herbs as well. So I will be doing an entire season of protection herbs. Before we get started this morning, we're going to go over. Give me one second, y'all. We're going to go over some housekeeping, so to speak, just a few things that I feel like you all need to know. So today is December 3rd. Well, when I'm recording this, it's December 3rd, which means that today is the last day of the Black Friday sale at the Hoodoo Shop. You can get 20% off everything in the store if you use code Fairy Godmother Save Me. Put it in all caps. You know, so go ahead and go do that. I'm now officially offering my tutoring sessions. So for those of you that don't necessarily need readings anymore and you need more one-on-one time, like learning wise, I would highly recommend booking tutoring sessions instead of readings if that's the case. I've already started. I'm having a blast. I know my students are having a good time as well. Um, by students, I mean those at the Love Army. You guys can join the Love Army. Go join the Love Army via Patreon. Go subscribe to Patreon and join the Love Army so you can be a part of my personal Discord group. What else do I feel like I need to tell y'all? What else do I need to get off my chest this morning? Um, oh, if you enjoyed this class, make sure you send your love donations. Y'all see the little ticker and it'll be in the description below. There's something else. What else is there? Um, I will be offering, never mind. I'm going to save that. I'm not going to tell you that. But what I will tell you is that make sure that you go book your readings with me. You guys know December 3rd, today's Friday. Friday is my favorite day. Go book your love readings because it's the only day that you can on Fridays, every Friday at the Voodoo Institute. Don't forget, you can always still book appointments with me at the Voodoo Institute. Oh my goodness, guys, guess what? I remember what I was supposed to be telling you. I am now offering fertility work. So for those of you having pregnancy issues and uh, issues regarding the womb and things of that nature, please come to me. If you think I'm joking, I've already had 2 confirmed pregnancies with a third one on the way. Don't play with me. You know what I'm saying? So you can specifically go and book fertility work with me at the Hoodoo Shop in the description below. Go. Um, we'll discuss the specifics of everything during your appointment, and we can talk about everything that's going on and all these other things. You will need to book a reading first. Go book a love reading first, and then we talk about fertility work. Do it in that order because I'm going to redirect you if you just go order it. So, yes, I need to put that in the description of at the Hoodoo Shop so all of you know that for those of you that don't watch this class first. But yes, and you guys can go follow me on Instagram. Go follow me on Instagram at CC. That's 2 C's. It's gonna be in the description below too. The whole link to my Instagram. Uh, so I'm not even gonna go over. So yes, I will. It's 2 C's with a period. So it's CC period SCR. I'll put it in the description below if that didn't make sense to anyone. And yeah, I think I want to say that that's it. And Indigo is officially available. She's my baby. She's an opium poppy project that I've been working on for quite some time. And she's still in the works, but I love just everything about her so far. She is very mysterious. She's alluring. She's direct. Um, Unlike a lot of my other products that no disrespect to them of course, because put some respect on our name, but Indigo is definitely different in terms of uh being specific with her targets and aiming for more than one objective. So um we'll go over the specifics of that later. my jasmine moon oil, I can actually show her to you. Hold on, y'all. Lord. It's too early for this. I don't know why I'm up early in the morning like this teaching all the class. I don't know. This is jasmine moon oil. This is mine. That's why she looked like that. Okay. You see? You see? This is mine. That's why she looked like that. Okay. That's why she's that color. Um, jasmine moon oil will officially be available at the Hoodoo shop as well. And I'm considering making her available at the Voodoo Institute too. Um, she's actually a product of mine that was inspired by the garden goddess Hunzi Olisha Oko. In case you all haven't noticed, we're very close friends. Make sure that you tune into her episodes of Planting Seeds. They are absolutely phenomenal. Firing up like hotcakes, y'all. And I will be dropping the description to the journal that I created. So if you need a journal for 2022, magic book, if you need to start your first grimoire, all of these wonderful things, the notebook will be available and you'll be able to get one from me. So I'll drop that in the link below too. You'll be able to go and order it through Amazon and go from there. But okay, I think I've talked you guys' ear off enough. I think it's time for us to go ahead and learn. Go ahead and get some water because this is going to be a tiring class. Not even tiring, just a lot of energy going to be required because I ain't the only one that's going to come out of here tired. So I want to start off with this. It's been brought to my attention specifically by those in the Love Army that prayer and meditation has been an issue. I want to make sure y'all can hear me okay. Okay, because I don't want no parts of this class to be messed up, fucked up. I'm going to be upset. Excuse my language. But I'm going to be upset. Because I want y'all to hear everything that I have to say. And it took me a long time to plan this class. Like, y'all better know that I love y'all because I've been very busy lately. And it just, I don't know what it was about this particular class that it just took me forever to just write it out for you, you know? So, okay, let's go ahead and get started. So the first herb, this is going to be a two-part class, by the way. 2 parts. So in the first part, we're going to go over frankincense and lilac as prayer and meditation herbs, okay? And we're going to briefly go over protection in these areas as well. And in part 2, you're going to have to come back for part 2. Come back for part 2. Um, and go get y'all's love sap courses and your honeypot courses. And now, for those of you that are a little lazy, because I've noticed that's been an issue too. For those of you that are a little lazy, you can actually go and just directly order these products from me if you don't want to make them yourselves. I would make it for you. I should not have done that for y'all. Y'all are going to make me tired. I regret saying that immediately after I said it. Anyway, the first herb that we're going to go over is frankincense. So in the previous videos, y'all know how I get down with class. Make sure that you have something to write with so you can write all of this down. So frankincense. Frankincense, when it comes to prayer and meditation and protection in this case, is governed by the sun. It's masculine. It's a fire herb. It's also an air herb, so it's governed by fire and air. What did I write? Lord have mercy. Give me one second. Yeah, I wrote down what I needed to write down. So, when it comes to it being governed by air and fire in this case, but air, specifically air, write this down. Incense. You need to use frankincense as an incense when it comes to prayer and meditation. I know for some people that's common sense, but I also know that it's not common knowledge for a lot of people. So write that down. For those of you having issues with prayer and meditation, frankincense, specifically the combination of frankincense and myrrh. Copal is also a very good meditation herb, prayer herb as well. Specifically, really great for prayer. So write that down as well. Copal, Copal. That's how you spell it. Copal. Um, Frankincense is governed by the zodiacs. Aries, Leo is governed by Sagittarius and Aquarius. Well, we are not going over all of those zodiac signs. I'm telling you that shit right now. I'm not going over all of them. It's governed by the Brow Chakra, which is your third eye, and the Crown Chakra is also governed by the number 7 and 10. Why that don't sound right? Yeah, it's governed by the number 7 and 10. And I'm hearing 13. Keep in mind, this is how my family uses these numbers. This may not be how your family uses these numbers. This is going into numerology. You have to study your own family to know how they specifically work with different herbs on a personal level. But in our family's case, I only want you to write down that it's governed by the numbers 7 and 10 and 13. That's what I want you to write down. Nothing else. So we're going to start off with the sun. So I'm not going to go deep into how the sun plays a part. Well, I'm not going to go deep into the sun as a correspondence because I have in previous classes and I don't feel the need to repeat that information. But I will tell you that the sun rules your ego, as I've stated before, your character, individuality. It tells you what industry you have power or authority in. So it governs your job necessarily. Say for instance, I'm a Leo. Public speaking is why I teach class as well. It governs, it plays a part in my job. That's just an example. We're gonna keep going. So the sun in Leo rules creativity. It rules leadership, etc. In Pisces has power over spiritual healing. And Scorpio tends to go very deeply, or it will invest very deeply into things, whether that be career wise, relationships, personal matters, things of that nature. In Virgo, it tends to be very analytical, smart, and quick witted. Virgos are very meticulous. So, someone with their sun in Virgo, God forbid, let me stop joking. I have nothing against Virgos, but y'all are a pain. But we do agree on things because Leos are a pain too. The sun represents what industry? I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time reading my own handwriting. Crazy, huh? That's how you can tell I was stressing while I was writing this out. I don't even know why. There's no reason for me to stress over this. It's actually very simple information. The sun represents fuck this. The sun represents the industry that you're gonna strive in. I'm tired of trying to read it. I'm just gonna explain this to y'all because there's no point. Um, it is a primary indicator of what someone is trying to achieve in their life. So the sun can help you, depending on where your sun sign is, it can help you. Well, that's not depending, but your sun sign helps you to find your purpose in life, or can help you to find your purpose in life. It can lead you to wherever that may be. Um, so yeah, that's what we're gonna go over about the sun. Your sun sign gives you the ability to do to either use all of your potential and develop all of your resources, or none of them at all. I want you to write that down. Your sun sign has the potential to help you develop all of your resources, to help you to utilize them to the best of your abilities. In other words, for you to be successful, for you to be successful, or the ability to not do so at all, to completely reject every opportunity that is thrown your way. Pisces people have a tendency to do that. That's a prime example of it. When your sign is in this immature phase and it goes too far, well, that immaturity never develops. So, sorry to disrupt y'all's peace like that this morning, but I said what I said. Let's keep going. So when you think about frankincense and myrrh, when it comes to the sun, you think about power. The sun represents power. That was the gist of what I was explaining to you. The sun represents power, and the sun can help you to once again further develop your potential. So when it comes to meditation, say for instance, if your goal in meditation is to further develop your spiritual gifts, which is one of its purposes. When you meditate, you redevelop your connection with God. The closer you are with God, the closer you are to yourself. Crazy, huh? So you have to you have to be able to spend enough time with yourself, and I mean within yourself, to be able to develop that kind of relationship. Um, and that's one of the benefits of meditation. Prayer, I firmly believe that the sun is a gift of the tongue. Well, the tongue is a gift of the sun. Write that down. And I say that because it governs your ability to speak authority over your life. I was just joking with the garden goddess the other day, yesterday, matter of fact, and I said, I really got to watch what the hell I say. And I really do, me personally. You have to think Leos. Leos are governed by the number 7. Everything we got, everything that we say comes to fruition. Even the shit that so I have to be careful with what I say. But on a brighter side of things, my blessings are plentiful. hmm hmm So make sure that you are speaking dominion over your life. And you remember that you have the ability and power to do so. And frankincense can help with that. Frankincense, using it as an incense. Why? Because it's governed by air. You use a herb when it's governed by air, use it as an incense. When it's governed by water, use it as a bath or a tea. When it's governed by fire, use that hoe as a candle or a lamp. When it's governed by air, use a smudge. When you're having issues with communication, use a smudge. When you need to have a conversation dealing with emotion, use a spray. Why? You know why. I'm not gonna keep repeating myself. We're gonna keep going. Mhm. So let's go over the number 7. Because frankincense is governed by the number 7, it makes it an herb of spirit. I know what y'all finna say. Isn't every herb governed by spirit? Duh. But just hear me out, damn it. Don't start that shit with me this morning. I just don't challenge me on this. Just hear what I'm saying. The number 7 is governed spirituality, magic, research, sensuality, training. Um, so in this case, for work, when you utilize this herb, specifically because it's governed by the number 7, you would use it for meditation, prayer, and discipline. It's good for rooting yourself in the world, grounding, explaining deeper knowledge and research. Uh, it's a great number symbol correspondence to use for correcting, not correcting, but contacting and connecting with the ancestors, so spirit. That's why it's important. When you do use frankincense as an incense, when you use it for the purposes of meditation and prayer, the ancestors can, in some senses, if you're not prepared for it, can become overwhelming because the power of spirit is so strong. And if you're not used to it, become used to it. Frankincense is also a great herb to become used to it. If you know that you have an issue or you're having difficulty becoming comfortable in the spiritual realm or making yourself comfortable again here in your home, um, then frankincense is great. It's great for calming you down. It's a great peace herb. If you're having issues with relaxing during prayer and meditation, that's specifically why I put this herb in here to say just that. Um, if anxiety is the issue, I would recommend frankincense and myrrh. It's just all of these things. It works great for all of these things. I love frankincense and myrrh. It was one of the first incense that I personally came in contact with when I first started meditating. Soon after my altar went up. So keep that in mind. That's how I discovered what meditation was. I didn't know that it was what it is. I didn't. It happened by accident. Well, of course it didn't happen by accident, but you get what I'm saying. Like it just kind of happened, and I was like, oh. That's how I figured out that that's what this herb does. That was my interaction with it. So I'm passing that knowledge on to you now. Um, so by all means, go and experiment with this herb. Experiment with what it's used for. I consider it. My family considers it a holy protection herb. We use it for force field work. We use it we protect homes with it. We specifically use it in protecting homes when it comes to women and children or families. People in general. It's just a great herb. I would highly recommend it. I would highly recommend that y'all crush up some frankincense and myrrh and put it up under y'all doormats to prevent demons and shit from walking up in your house. I would very much fucking recommend that shit. I even use it to keep law enforcement from coming in my house if they don't have a logical fucking reason. If the way that I look at frankincense and myrrh, if you come to my house and you can't explain why you here, if your spirit can explain to these spirits why you here, nigga, you ain't coming inside. I don't even have to have that conversation because they rejected you at the door. That's what you use these herbs for. Is in simple things. If you're in relationships or you're married or whatever it may be, I would definitely use it in a spray to protect my loved ones. Because people be playing too goddamn much. And sometimes life just happens. You never know what may happen. So I don't like dealing with the unexpected. I am Miss Fix it before it happens. I do not like dealing with shit later. So by all means, protection work. Sometimes you don't even need to know why you're doing protection work. Just do it. So we're gonna keep going. Damn it. Oh, we just gonna this because this scarf is giving me hell this morning. It just does not want me to be great. Let's keep going. So where was I? Okay, so we stopped at is used for connecting with the ancestors. That's another thing. Ancestral veneration. If you're having an issue talking to your ancestors, or you feel like you're having a hard time building that personal relationship, getting it kicked off or started off, getting to know them. It can be hard getting to know family members that you feel like you haven't been around for a long time. And that's what's happening. So keep that in mind. Um, when it comes to your ancestors, doing work with frankincense and myrrh to reconnect with your ancestors, specifically frankincense, is very important. Use it when it comes to you having conversations with them about different things. I would use frankincense and myrrh to protect my money. I would use frankincense and myrrh to protect my prayers. To protect my prayers. Why did I say that? Because not everybody needs to know what you're praying for. And even if someone may have a hard time dividing on one thing about you, but sometimes you don't want somebody being able to divine on what you pray for. People don't think about shit like that. Use Psalms 3. Priest Speech Blossom taught me that shit. Psalms 3. In my family's case, Psalms 23. Fuck you talking about? And 51. We ain't finna. Psalms 51. Never mind. Write down Psalms 23. And 3. And 9. And 51. Anyway, we finna. No, we're not. We're gonna keep going. Anyway, but so you use it when you have questions regarding spirit and the spiritual realm. It's also a great way to get there. And just be prepared for the ride. Um, Once again, meditation. Meditation is how you get to the spiritual realm. Crazy, huh? Um, when you learn how to better tune your spiritual gifts and whatnot through meditation, you'll see what I mean. You'll spend a lot more time in the spiritual realm. As you can see, I spend most of my time like bouncing back and forth or somewhere in the middle, like right in between. Which is why I'm able to sit here and have this conversation with y'all and sit here and have this conversation with them. So you see how I was hesitant about saying Psalms 51? Because sometimes they'll say 51 and they won't be talking about a psalm. So now I have to sit here and decipher what part of that information I'm supposed to be giving to y'all. Because it could be Matthew's 51. I'd write that down too. I would. I write it down. Y'all write that down. But that's what I'm talking about. Being able to sit here and have a conversation on both ends. We're gonna keep going. Anyway, um, so frankincense, and this is really important. Frankincense is good for breaking hexes. The number 7 is good for breaking hexes and curses. It's good for, as I've already stated, heavy protection work, especially when paired with myrrh. The ancestors coming to the rescue number. That's what I consider. It's the number of spirit, spirit being extremely involved. I'm a direct child of how do I put this? I'm a direct product of spirit. That's what I consider myself as, a direct product of spirit. Because it's look, so very interesting. But we all are. So we're gonna keep that conversation. I'm gonna teach you all how to remember those things. These are the notes on how you remember to reconnect with spirit, your ancestors, and all these other things, so they can govern your lives in the way that they're supposed to. The number 7 also governs spell work, meditation, and risk taking. So I consider the number 7 a leap of faith number. A lot of people think of that as the number 3, but the number 7 is important too, to make sure that you don't flop. The number 3 can be good for you seeing how the outcome gonna turn out. The number 7 is good for changing how you want it to happen. So write that down. Um, and of course, the number 7 governs the 7 days of the week, the 7 lunar phases, which is the 7 moon phases, y'all. The 7 chakras. I'm gonna just leave it. I ain't gonna fight with it no more. The 7 traditional planets and the 7 colors in the rainbow. This is important because it is used for protection, spiritual encounters, as I've already stated. It's a great meditation herb, as we've already gone over, and it's great for clarity, wisdom, um, receiving divine messages from spirit, creating prayers, and so it's really great for prayer crafting. If you're having an issue focusing on creating a prayers, and I'm going to be doing more classes on prayer crafting, because I feel like there's this big confusion that goes into it all, and it's a lot simpler than it seems. I've had a tendency to overthink prayer crafting when Hugon first taught it to us, but I realized that it's literally a matter of asking for what you want, and it's just that. So if you're having an issue, the number 7 herbs governed by the number 7, I would utilize them, work with them, learn more about them, create bonds and relationships with them, so they'll be more willing to do things for you. I'm a charming person. I like to charm my herbs. I go to them and I talk to them about all manners of things. So they remember that we're family. And these memories tend to come up when I need to go back to them later and ask them for their help. Keep that in mind. Because y'all don't be treating y'all herbs like they real people, and they high key are. Uh, so the crown chakra, I'm about to thoroughly explain to you why this is so important. I'm actually going to teach an entire class on the crown chakra. Um, but for now, we're going to go over why it's specifically important when it comes to frankincense, and why it's so important when it comes to prayer and meditation. So before I get started on going over the crown chakra, I have already stated earlier in this video, or earlier in this class, that your crown chakra is how you get to the spiritual realm. It's how you elevate your spirit to, it's what helps you to travel. It's hard to explain, but it's how that happens. When prayer and meditation happens, everything's aligned. Okay? Specifically meditation. When meditation happens, everything lines up, right? When you recite the Lord's Prayer, the Lord's Prayer realigns your chakras. That's actually in another class. I don't even remember what class. I just remember that it's something that I learned. It's going to be in a class somewhere on the School of African Magic, and I'll put the link to that, to the School of African Magic, in the description below as well, for those of you interested in traditional mentorship. and you want to get like me, you know what I'm saying? I'm just joking, but I'm being corrupt, you know. It always helps to better your craft, especially with people that you can trust and that are trusted in this line of work, um, to teach you what you need to know and to help you progress forward on your spiritual journey. But we're going to continue forward. So the crown chakra, your crown chakra, your crown chakra also powers your third eye. I say this like this, it sounds really grim because in my particular case, um, Hunzi Olisha Oko did a egg cleansing for me. It was beautiful. I loved every second of it. It was absolutely gorgeous. And during that, it was revealed that my crown chakra is overactive. It is. It is. Um, and because of that, that's why I get these really intense headaches, like here, here. It's connected. You see what I'm saying? So I'm saying this with a purpose. If you're feeling ill in that way, and you do this line of work, that could be why. Just from a health standpoint. Appreciate you, sis, for the info. Let them know. Big shout out. But anyway, so the crown chakra. The crown chakra, ding ding ding, is your seventh chakra. It's not your first, it's your seventh. You don't count down, you count up. So you start at your root. Your root chakra is your first chakra. Um, if you want to get technical about it, and we're talking about your 13 chakras, technically the chakras in your feet would be the first ones, if I'm not mistaken, but I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. Go look for yourself. So the crown chakra is the seventh chakra. It's governed by the air element, of course. Uh, the crown chakra, well, in this particular case, it's important that it's governed by the air element. The crown chakra is how we access the spiritual realm, as I've already said. It's located at the top of the head, so it's right here, right in the center of your crown, obviously. Um, its moon phases the new moon. It's ruled by the color gold. Well, yeah, it is ruled by the color gold. Uh, and the color, well, it's governed by the colors gold and violet/purple to activate. When it comes to gold, it's used gold and white are used as colors to balance the crown chakra. So let me re-explain that because I don't feel like I made that clear. The color purple is used to activate the crown chakra, of course, because the color purple is a color of spirit. Um, and a color of spiritual encounters in the spiritual realm. To balance the crown chakra, the colors are gold and white. These are notes. I do not feel like reaching for that book right now, but y'all hear me talk about it all the time. Um, your book of correspondences, it's in there. That's where I got that information from. The answers didn't tell me it was wrong. Write it down. You can go look for yourself. Go to the section that talks about chakras and crown chakra. I should have wrote down the page number, but y'all are wrong. Go look for it on your own. Um, so it's also governed by the planets Neptune, Saturn, and Uranus. Its herbs are honeysuckle, lavender, rose, frankincense, myrrh, lotus. Of course there are more, but those are just to name a few. Its trees are chestnut, palm, dragon's blood. The herb, the resin comes from palm tree and palm oil, of course. Palm tree. Yeah, dragon's blood comes from palm trees. So it's also governed by the animals, antelopes, moose. This is for those of y'all that work with the animal signs and everything. I'm just listening it all out. You never know what bit of this information may stick out to you. So I'm just being thorough. Don't crucify me for it. The zodiac signs are Aquarius, Capricorn, Pisces. Um, it governs pearls, snakes, uh, its senses, cosmic consciousness. So your ability to feel. I don't know why they put that dramatic ass fucking explanation. Excuse my language. I'm so sorry, y'all. That dramatic explanation in there. No, it's your ability to feel. When you go to the spiritual realm, you feel. You see what I'm saying? If you meditate or you know you didn't have encounters with spirit before, so you know what I'm talking about. it's you feel. That's what cosmic conscious means. I felt the need to explain that because I don't even know why I wrote it down like that. I feel like I wrote it down just to explain it to y'all because it didn't make no damn sense. It's how we feel energy. Um, it also governs coral, white coral. Its powers include enlightenment, of course, spirituality, your decisions, perception, abundance, and prosperity, amongst other things, of course. So let's talk about the crown chakra when it comes to frankincense. Frankincense can be used to heal the crown chakra. I cannot stress enough how important it is to use frankincense as an incense. I cannot stress enough how important it is to use frankincense as an incense. You see me looking into your soul right now? It's because I don't want to have to repeat myself on this again. Use it for the purposes it's meant to be used for. You don't, why struggle when you ain't got to? I already did the hard work. It took me a long time to plan this class. Don't put yourself through stress. I already put myself through for you. You know? Just don't. It doesn't make sense. Give me 1 second. So the crown chakra, all of these things are important. Crown chakra, seventh chakra. I want y'all to take into consideration everything I just told you about the number 7, the crown chakra. Write all of these correspondences down because you're going to need them in order to learn. You know. Water is amazing. Ooh, excuse me. How long this class been going on? It's only been 36 minutes. Y'all can deal with my mouth for a little bit longer. All right. Thank God we only going over 2 herbs today. We only going over 2. So we're gonna go over the brow chakra. Um, the brow chakra is your 6th chakra, so it's crown, brow. Well, your brow is considered over here, but it lines up, so it's your 3rd eye. And of course, you already know. You know what? I'm not going over your 3rd eye with you. In fact, I am, because I know a lot of you have interest, and your 3rd eye is really important when it comes to your ability to pray, your ability to meditate. So let's recenter ourselves in terms of why prayer and meditation, why your crown chakra and 3rd eye chakra are important in terms of prayer and meditation, because you need them both in order to do so. You need all of your chakras per se, but your brow chakra and your crown chakra is the transportation needed. It gives you the energy for the journey. Because going to the spiritual realm exhausts you. It can be very overwhelming if you do it on a regular basis and your physical being is not prepared to handle it. Okay? So centering your crown chakra is extremely important. I know everybody talks about, I need to elevate it, but you need to calm it the fuck down. You need to relax it because anything that you work too much, any muscle that is overworked is going to pose an issue later. I'm a prime example of that, you know? I'm perfectly fucking fine. But don't get it twisted. I'm perfectly fine. I am in full functioning order. Okay. But that's how you take care of yourself, though. It's why I'm so tired sometimes. It makes a lot of other things in terms of my personal life and my life that I live on a day-to-day basis outside of you all. It makes it make sense. So I want you to think about it in terms of that. If you are going to elevate your crown chakra or your 3rd eye, make sure that you're also incorporating work. And it doesn't need to be 2 separate batches of work. Do 1 batch of work. Stop creating 4, 5, 6 fucking products for something that 1 damn batch of work can do. That doesn't make sense, and it's time consuming and it's exhausting. Completing spiritual work is very tiring. I don't like being tired. I don't. So I'm telling y'all an easier way to do this. Do 1 batch of work. If you're going to elevate your crown chakra, make sure that you balance it out as well. Make sure that your physical being is prepared. Drink water. Make sure that you're eating, because all of those things play a part. If you're not eating the way that you're supposed to be and feeding yourself water and fluids, tea, whatever it may be, things that are good for your physical being and your psyche, it's going to be very hard for your spirit to derive the energy Are y'all picking up what I'm saying? Like, you can't pull energy from nowhere. It needs to come from somewhere. Like, if you notice, spiritual workers eat. Sometimes we have a tendency to eat a lot. We tend to drink a lot of water. We go through a lot of fucking water. Why? Because we got to make up for the energy that's being used. We sleep a lot. It's a bunch of different things. A lot of us tend to take relatively good care of our physical health because we have to. So take these things into consideration. I can't speak for everyone, but I can speak for me and the practitioners that I know. Very particular about what they eat, what they consume. They're meticulous about their fasting habits and all kinds of things. Like, because you have to be. You have to be in working order in order to do this work, especially if you're going to do it for other people. And that reminds me, come get your work done by me because y'all already know. Anyway, but all jokes aside, these things are really important though. You really gotta you really do have to recenter yourself after you do things of that nature. So if you're going to do, I'm going to say it again, I know I'm being a dead horse, but I really want you to hear me. If you're going to do work to elevate your ability to meditate in these things, remember that meditation is your ability to calm down, not your ability to turn up. Redirect the way that you're doing your work. If anything, you need to be doing work for peace, not work for power. The next thing we're gonna go over is we're actually gonna go over lilac. Yeah, we're gonna go over lilac. Um yeah, because yep. Let's move on. We're going into lilac. So the next herb is lilac. Lilac is ruled by Libra. It's ruled by Taurus, which we will talk about a lot during this particular conversation. Love Taurus. Uh its feminine is governed by Mercury, which of course is important. I will actually just teach a class on Mercury, just the planet Mercury. I think I'm gonna go over all the planets, and then I'm gonna go over all the colors. I'm gonna just do all that for y'all. That just makes sense to me at this point. Um, if you're watching this class, don't steal my idea. Anyway, so it's governed by Mercury, Venus. It's a water herb and it's purple. If I'm not mistaken, why lilac is no. I don't believe it's governed by air too. I think it's only governed by water, if I'm not mistaken. I only wrote water down. Um, so let's talk about Taurus. Let's go over it. Taurus. So I've already gone over the correspondences for Taurus. But in this case, we're going to go over the importance of the number 5 because Taurus is the number 5. It's governed by the number 5. The number 5 is the High Priest in the Tarot. For those of you that read the Tarot, the number 5 governs transformation. Well, it rules your transformation. It also rules vision, which is why it's important in prayer and meditation. Because that's another thing I've noticed across many mentorships and, well, more mentorships than just the Love Army is not a mentorship, but it can be considered something like one. So I'm going to say over many mentorships where it's been an issue where students are having an issue with visualization. Lilac would be a good herb to use. Put it in a dehumidifier. We'll put it in a humidifier and use it in those ways. Find a different way to use it that works for you. Um, put it in put it in one of those. Get the essential oil and put it in a humidifier. Look, try it. I would also recommend getting or wrapping your own sage and wrapping it with lilac. If you make sage wands and things of that nature, I would highly recommend doing something of that nature. It'd be a wonderful idea. I would recommend lilac tea. Why? Because it's governed by water. But we're just gonna keep going over the number 5 for the time being. So meditation helps to transform one's mental and emotional state, physical state, and their spiritual state, which is why using to feel so refreshed after the fact. Because you, for a split second, however long you meditate for, whatever it is that you see during that meditation, whatever it may be, during that time period, it gives you time to remember that your existence here is temporary. Here on earth, your existence is temporary. So when you become aware of your own visitation, the fact I'm just here visiting, I have a job here, I'm doing my job, but I'm here visiting. I'm aware of my own existence. Crazy as shit. When you become aware of that, you're a lot calmer. It's not that it makes things not matter in a morbid kind of way. It makes things not matter in a, you're going to be fine. The things that you're concerned about are man-made. Damn, I know that sounds really, that is not funny because the things people stress about is not funny. But so I'm gonna leave that at that. I feel like I've tormented you all enough this morning in terms of that particular conversation. Um, Conversation for another time. But so yeah, it helps to, the number five helps to transform one's way of thinking. So one's perception in the way that they perceive how different things transpire in their lives, how they perceive change, how they perceive opportunities, how they perceive letting things go, all kinds of things. Lilac in particular is a great herb for this. Why? Because it's governed by the number five, and I'm telling you this is what the number five is used for. So obviously making the connection, this is what lilac is used for. Um, what else? The trans what the hell does that say? Oh, it also helps to transform your level of consciousness. So yeah. Um I would recommend that you all recite prayers Matthew 6:26 to remind y'all not to stress. Maybe that's the purpose in this class this morning. That's why I said what I said. Because Spirit wanted to make sure that memo got out there. But we're gonna continue. In the way that you translate slash communicate or receive messages from Spirit. The number five governs that as well because it governs your senses. So your senses play a huge part in the gifts and things that you have because they go hand in hand. Like me, for instance, my gift is smell. I can smell lie, I can smell bullshit, I can smell all kinds of things. It's crazy. Which is why it's hard to get things past me because my particular gifts, in my opinion anyway, me being me and experiencing me, um, my particular gifts come off in a rather animalistic kind of way. So it's instinct. It's instinct. I personally have attached that to me being Leo. Hmm. So take these things into consideration. Your ability to feel. That's a sense. If you know that you have a gift of mediumship, your ability to hear. That's a sense. Lilac. You should target the gifts that you're aware of so you can bring forward the gifts that you're not. Use lilac. Let me explain this in a step by step kind of way. Because what makes sense to me may not make sense to you. Use lilac to specifically target the gifts that you are aware that you have, or specifically target a gift in general. Your particular senses. Use it to target a sense, which will also target a gift. Maybe. Everybody's gifts are different. But that's what lilac is going to do. It's not a maybe on whether or not I know this is going to work. It works, damn it. Listen to me. It's a maybe on whether or not you're targeting the right gift. You have to figure that out for yourself. Or you can book a reading with me, an appointment with me, whatever it may be, and I'll help you figure it out. Book a tutoring session. That's a great opportunity to figure something like that out with me. Book a tutoring session at the Voodoo Institute. So we're gonna keep going, my loves. What else is there? Um, the number five is the number of harmony. Actually, the number six is the number of harmony. Well, it's the number that we have socialized with harmony and cartomacy. Um, but number five can also be a representation of harmony as well. and can be used because it's a number of balance and can be used to help create harmony in one's life or situation. So to bring balance and peace to situations, once again, that's what lilac is for. Um, and it's the number of challenges. So in this case, lilac can be used to confront one's challenges or help to overcome challenges in one's life. That's what you would use it for in work. If you're facing difficulty, learn how to specifically target your problem. So if you are having an issue regarding anxiety, use lilac to specifically target your issue regarding anxiety. Use 5 lilac petals because lilac is governed by the number 5. This at this point, it's like what I want y'all to understand is that once you understand the science of this work, it makes this work not as difficult to understand. It's not as hard. It's not as hard as it sounds. It's really not. It's just it can be very overwhelming to receive it all at one time. That's why I'm sitting here and breaking it up in chunks for you. So, because it was broken up in chunks for me. And because it was broken up in chunks for me, now y'all have all this damn information available to y'all and y'all don't know what the hell to do with all of it, you know? So we're gonna re-break it down for you. What else is there? And the Garden Goddess is doing the same with her planting seeds episodes. Breaking the information down in chunks for you, you know, she explains things in a different way than I do. The same concept. What else is it? And the information is just as valuable. What else? Oh, the number 5 governs your health. Yeah, the number 5 governs your health. So I would definitely use lilac in terms of people having health issues. Physical health, to be specific. Mental health is lilac is great for that. Emotional health, use lilac for that too. I would use lavender for emotional health as well, but specifically lavender for emotional health. But lilac is really good for emotional health too. It provides, for those of you looking for an alternative to lavender, lilac is really good for that. So I can't wait to see how you all choose to incorporate it into your work. Make sure that you post it in the group chats and all the other things. Make sure if you're a student at the mystery school that you know, come knock knock, you know, and let me know. Priestess, let me know how it went, you know. Let me know what you used it for. So let's keep going. Um uh in this particular case, what else are we going over? Lilac is feminine. This herb being feminine, or in my personal opinion, take this into consideration when I say in my personal opinion. In this particular case, this herb being feminine is incredibly important. Um, Feminine energy is abundant during meditation. Like I said, this is in my personal opinion, but I feel like feminine energy is really important when it comes to prayer and meditation. Masculine energy is important when it comes to prayer in terms of power and authority, having authority over what you say and meaning what you say, having confidence in your words. That's why masculine energy is important in prayer. So keep that in mind when you're crafting your prayers. Keep that in mind when you're crafting your prayers in terms of working with your male ancestors. My male ancestors baby me. I'm spoiled. When I go to my male ancestors and I say, Granddaddy, I want this or this. Even when he was alive, I know that he always got these things for me. He always got them for me. He never said he was going to get something for me. He didn't. And he's continued that trend now. So keep that in mind, you know. Um, and when it comes to, but look, I'm a spoiled kid, okay? My feminine ancestors be real strong when it come to getting things done, but my feminine ancestors are the ones that help me to understand, which I'm now, as I'm sitting here saying this to you, understand why the feminine ancestors and why feminine energy specifically is important in meditation. Feminine energy regrounds you. That sounds real crazy, but it does. It recenters you. It brings logic back to the situation. It helps you sit here and be like, okay. It helps you to strategize. It helps you to be calculating in the way that you move, in the way that you execute your decision-making skills. Masculine energy is extremely important in this situation too, but we're talking about feminine, so look. Okay, so let's keep going. And feminine energy is going to be abundant during meditation anyway, because I'm not wrong. I'm telling you, it's going to be abundant during meditation. So use feminine herbs when you meditate. Even if you don't agree with what I said, I'm right regardless. So listen, just do what I said. Write that down. Write it down. It's the energy of relaxation, release, and growth. It's the energy of maturity, self-reflection. It's the moon is feminine, which is why it governs your self-reflection. Well, it helps with your self-reflection. It rules your self-reflection. Anyway, write that down. Um, the moon is feminine and is a key spirit to work with when it comes to meditation and prayer. So if you ain't comfortable working with feminine energy or the moon, you better get comfortable with it. The moon is beautiful. Light silver candles. Silver candles are great candles, y'all. Light silver candles. Because I know y'all probably thinking about these really metallic candles. You can get those too, but a silver candle is it can look very much similar to a gray candle, and sometimes can even come off as like purple in hue. I wish I had one to show y'all, but one of the only silver candles that I've ever had, who God gave to me. I don't think I've had one since. I don't remember, to be perfectly honest with you. But yeah, and I'm describing to you what that particular candle looks like. So even if you find a gray one, use it as silver. Use a white one as silver. Something, damn it. Just use it. The scarf is getting on my nerves, in case you can't tell. Anyway, so um what else? What else? But I said to use a silver candle because the color silver, like the silver gold, is used to honor masculine energy. The color silver is used to honor feminine energy. So use the color gold to honor the sun. Use the color silver to honor the moon and to pay homage to feminine energy. So that's what you would use it for. Um, we're gonna go over the planet Venus very briefly, only because it's important in this particular case. So Venus rules the throat. Venus ruled the throat. Think about this with Mercury as well. Mercury is the planet of communication. So think about the fact that Lilac, if I'm not mistaken, if I did not state in the beginning, is actually ruled by both Mercury and Venus, which means what? Lilac is extremely important when it comes to shit you say. If you are like me, say for instance, my potty mouth, I cuss a lot. If I'm going to a business meeting or I'm going to be having a conversation with someone, or even ancestors for that matter, that they don't really like all that, it's a habit that I have. It's not a personality. It's a personality trait. It's definitely a personal characteristic of me. So I would drink lilac tea, eat a spoonful of lilac syrup, do work with lilac to make sure that I keep a calm head during the situation, or even just to make sure that I think about the things that I say before I say them. It'll stop it from coming out before it even happens. This is why this is important. If you're having a hard time saying things, this is why lilac is important. If you're having a hard time praying, this is why lilac is important, because you need to get your words out. Sometimes things tend to get stuck in our throat chakra. Like apologies, but we ain't gonna go that far. So if you're having a hard time apologizing to somebody, yeah, I'm looking at you. Whoever feel hip by what I just said, I will use lilac to apologize. If you want your spouse to apologize for something they did, lilac. I shouldn't be telling you this, but it's a great guilt tripper. It really is. It's a great guilt tripper. It's a great guilt tripper. That's funny. Write that down. If somebody needs to apologize for something wrong that they did, this is a great way to push that into happening. I don't know why always give y'all these bits of information that I really shouldn't give you in the midst of me providing all this helpful information. That's beside the point, though. This is what indicates that lilac is an herb of communication, specifically with spirit. So spirit is very important in this, but you are as well because you are a spirit, which is why it works so well with you. Hmm. And last but not least, the color purple. Um, the color purple. The color purple is the color of wisdom. As I already said, it's the color of spirit. Of course, this is significant in this case. So think about the two herbs that we've been talking about this whole time. Frankincense and lilac are huge spirit herbs. I want y'all to think about in terms of your ability to contact. You guys should definitely be leaving frankincense on your altars to protect your ancestors, protect your prayers, protect your work, protect your altar, protect your home, protect every fucking thing. Put frankincense on your altar. Put frankincense on your altars to incline your ancestors to meditate with you, to incline for your prayers to be answered. Um, use numerology to determine how much frankincense you should leave on your altar. To determine how much lilac should be left on your altar. How many petals of lilac? I will leave 5. I will leave 7. To be honest with you, I want you to think about it. So I would use 8 if necessary. If it was a power situation, take all of those things into consideration. So like I already said, of course, it's significant in this case. Um, the color purple helps to contact the dead, which is what makes it a color of not only meditation, but a color of mediumship. Um, and your clairvoyance, of course, but blue is more of a color of clairvoyance in my personal opinion. That's just me. Um, you can use it to bring the ancestors forward during meditation. It's a good way to call spirit, increases your occult powers. Don't read too much into the word occult for those of you that are not comfortable with that word. Used to power spells, is used for domination. So in terms of powering spells, I would use to power my words because my words are spells. They are. To power positive outcomes of my prayers. So if I know, say for instance, if I don't really feel like doing work all the time is exhausting. I don't, to be honest with you, we do work all the time, but if you know, then you know. From one practitioner to another, doing work all the fucking time is exhausting and you don't have a reason to be doing work all the time. There's no reason why you should be doing work all the fucking time unless something's wrong. That's when you do work all the fucking time. When you're doing work back to back to back, I thank God in a prayer I said recently, I thank God I don't have to do work every day. Because I remember a time when I did. So take that into consideration. If you catch yourself doing work all the fucking time, all the time, it's not for learning purposes. You just doing it like because of circumstance. Something ain't right. Something's going on. Um, that's how we diagnose that problem anyway. Because it's not normal for my ancestors stop me if they feel like too much work is being done. They're like, all right, enough. There's no reason for you to be doing this. Stop this shit. But everybody family get down differently. But I said what I said because I'm not wrong. So write that down. What else? Yeah, you can use it for domination. You you need to write down what you see during your meditation. And using herbs such as lilac and lavender that govern your memory specifically, because the color purple governs your memory, can help you remember what you see so you can write it down. Because if you notice, for those of you that meditate or have had experiences meditating, there's chunks of time, like physical time, here in this realm that you don't remember, you can't account for. So obviously, regardless of how much time that may be, you have to be able to allot for that amount of time in terms of the information that you receive. Or at least that's the intelligent thing to do. So write these things down, to write down your encounters, to write down the messages that you received, and to write down the things that you saw. Me personally, if I'm going to the spiritual realm, I'm probably going home. I'm going home. I like to go visit my ancestors. I like to be at fucking home. I really do. Why? Because Earth is ghetto. Earth is ghetto as hell. This is a ghetto ass realm. This is really ghetto. Like, I complain about it constantly. I'm like, y'all, this is ghetto. Because I know what my house look like. I know what my kingdom look like. It's big and it's pretty. And it's just, everything is where the hell it's supposed to be over there. That's how I feel. So I say that because you have the ability to do the same if you know how. And it's a great way to gain that personal relationship with your ancestors. For me, it makes it fair. They come over here to visit me all the time. It only makes sense for me to go over there and visit them too. And you never know who may come to visit me during my period of time that I spend over there. So keep those things into consideration. Take those things into consideration. Keep those things in mind. Yeah, it's just it's you use it to erect the ancestors, to erect spirit. It's a great way to call the ancestors in your times of need when you need help. Um, I know this sounds really weird, but I feel like it's a good way to apologize to ancestors. I feel like the color pink and lilac, some sea salt, and some gold, like gold flakes, are a great way to apologize to the ancestors for times that you've upset them or made them angry. So if you need to tell them sorry for something that you did, write that spell down and apologize for your actions. So they can stop giving you the cold shoulder. So that may also be a reason why if you know that you did something you ain't got no business doing, and they feel a little shifty with you, apologize. The ancestors are like they have feelings. When you do something wrong, they will stop talking to you. It's like they don't remove their hand from you or nothing, but it's not in every case anyway, unless depend on the severity of the situation. But it's an apology can go a long way. An apology can go a long way. So take that into consideration too. And last but not least, of course, I already told you this, it can help to dominate the outcome of your prayers and the things that you ask for from spirit. Uh, and I wrote in parentheses that this is spell work. So when that's a form of spell work that you do work on your prayers to make sure they're getting answered in a timely manner. Not to say timely manner like you got the right to rush the ancestors, but if you feel me, you feel me. And that's it, y'all. That's all. I've been on here with y'all for an hour. Damn, it's been an hour. It's been an hour. I hope y'all enjoyed this class. I hope it was helpful to you. I hope that you heard everything that I said. I hope that the sound worked really well. I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch it. Remember everything that I said in the beginning of the video. Go subscribe to Patreon so you can become a part of the Love Army. It's in the description below. Go to the Hoodoo shop and shop around. It's really fun over here in my realm of things. I promise you it is. Go book your appointments with me if you need help with anything. Tutoring sessions. I'm always willing to sit down and help you to understand things, or if you are feeling restless and you just want new information, I can teach you. Great way until mentorship gets here, because I will not be starting my mentorship until March. So y'all gonna have to wait. At least you'll have time to prepare for it. So in the meantime, book tutoring sessions. Book your love readings. Today's Friday. If I'm not mistaken, it may be too late to book one today, but maybe it's not. Who knows? Go look at the calendar and see what happens. Maybe the odds are in your favor. Um, if you enjoyed this class, by all means, send love donations to the Love Goddess. You'll see it on the little ticker. This color is really cute too. Um, what else? Your love work. I ain't even got to vouch for my love work. Y'all know I swing a heavy hand. Come talk to the girl. Come fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? Let me stop joking. But I'm being for real. Love work is y'all. You already know. If you didn't get it done by the Love Goddess, it just don't make sense. Is it really love work if it's not done by me? Anyway, what else? There was something else I wanted to tell you all, and I'll be teaching a class soon. A big one. I haven't taught a big class since the honeypot course, if I'm not mistaken. Really, since the love sap course. Go get your love sap and your honeypot courses if you like a challenge. For those of you that don't know, you can go to the School of African Magic and you can go to the School of African Magic and purchase your Fantasy Lab courses, and there's a surprise taught by the Love Goddess at the School of African Magic. If you can go find it, that is free. You got to go search for it though. So go enjoy that too. Um, what else? There was something else I was. Oh, of course, your journals. Make sure you all get your journals for 2022. I'm gonna put that in the description below too. And I want to say that that's it. I do believe that that's it. I don't think that I'm forgetting anything. Make sure that you guys go order your indigo, you go order your love sap, you get your honey pots done, you get your fertility work done, you get all these beautiful things done. And just allow your life to continue to press forward and be positive in the ways that it's supposed to. So I love you all. I appreciate you. And I enjoyed this class. I hope you did too. All right, everybody. Bye.